wow. Oh, amazing. Hi. Thank you for coming to my beautiful home, and happy open enrollment to those of you that celebrate. But it's not just open enrollment. Around this time of year, us at Cars Go Scooch like to give thanks to the cars that enter production this coming year by giving them awards. Now, a couple things to get off the bat, as this might be your introduction to the series. First of all, we have not had the chance to actually test any of these cars because it was not big enough. And considering how fundamentally unserious this whole channel's been so far, take everything with a grain of salt. We're just here to have some good old holiday spirit fun. I'm sure in their own special ways, all these cars are great, and a lot of effort put into them by a massive engineering team and people down at the factory, all of which did a great job in their own respect. And in another respect, I'm sure they're all terrible, because all modern cars are terrible or something like that. I have also unlisted last year's video as it was posted to the channel originally, if you're looking for some more content. But this is the first Skooties really meant for this YouTube channel as opposed to our old podcast. And last but not least, thank you for sticking around. This channel is now over a year old now. And just for those of you that have stuck around to this point and are still watching, thank you very much. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the 2026 Skooties.
Oh, unrelated, did you know that Trumchi makes for or for minivans?
I'm going to strangle you to death. Strangulation.
But
Death by strangulation.
but
Would you like to experience it? I'm happy to oblige.
I'm sorry, it's actually 7.
How could I forget?
Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Scoot. That's Poop. Today is the Skooties, which is a relic of when this used to be a podcast and not a YouTube channel. But we're going to continue doing anyways because it's funny.
It is funny.
But this will be a longer episode, so if that's not your thing,
I'm not even sure if it's going to be a longer episode. I'm not going to lie.
It'll take a minute,
okay.
Probably longer than, like, upcoming videos.
That's fair. That's fair.
And there's going to be less visual stuff because I'm going to try and have this out by the new year.
Lazy.
So,
I'm trolling.
So, I don't know, put this on the background while you play Just Cause 3 specifically.
Yes.
If you don't have
Do not play Just Cause 4.
It's not that bad.
Do not play Just Cause 4.
What do you have against Just Cause 4?
I've never played Just Cause 4.
I was so ready to have the argument instead of actually starting the show. I was preparing.
Mentally preparing.
Alright, so we usually start with an in memoriam, if I'm not mistaken, of all the cars going out of production this year.
Something like that.
In the North American market. Now, there is an asterisk to that. There are 2 notable cars that are not ending production, but are leaving the U.S. market due to tariffs. And those...
We will not mention them.
Oh, okay, fine. Next words out of my mouth were going to be, and those are...
Yes. No, they don't deserve it.
Quitters,
Yes,
guess.
quitters, exactly.
Okay, well... we will go back and forth and say a few words, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Acura
TLX.
Well.
Was the Acura large sedan.
It was a vehicle.
There's now only one Acura sedan, and it is the Integra.
Thank you. The Audi A4 has literally not actually gone. It's just changed name to the Audi A5 because they merged the names. They unmerged the names. That's kind of what happened.
It's the A5 with the coupe, and then the A4 was the sedan, and now they're one car again called the A5.
Yes.
The Audi Q8 e-tron. It was an electric...
Q8.
Yeah, so they called it the Q8, but it was like not...
Was it more like a Q7?
It was more like a Q6.
Oh. Oh, dear.
So I feel like they just got rid of it to make it less confusing.
Yeah.
The
BMW X4 is now becoming the iX4 because it's going to be electric only.
It's also like a...
the X4 is kind of the more swoopy version of the X3.
Yes. I was just going to add the iX4 is also going to take a year or two to appear. So it's also going to have a year or two break.
Exactly.
The Cadillac XT4 and XT6. The XT4 is going away because Cadillac doesn't need a compact SUV. And then the XT6 is going away because it's kind of just becoming the Vistiq or Vistiq.
Don't you start it now. I swear. Don't do it. Don't.
I played the Marquise Brownlee video earlier as part of research, and he got mad because he said it was Vistiq.
Yeah. Anyway, the Chevy Malibu,
which I'm sure you have many things to say.
So the Chevy Malibu was once a decent car back in 2015.
I was going to say the 60s.
2015 when this generation came out. And
Maybe
then
the early 70s.
They just kept making it worse and worse and worse. First, they got rid of the automatic transmission and changed it to a CVT. And now I think you can only get it with an inline 3. Maybe you can still get it with an inline... No, you can get it with an inline 4 on, like, the top trim. Which is just, like, why even bother at this point? And it costs, like, almost $30,000. So, who wants a Chevy Malibu for that price? No one.
Who wants an inline 3
dead.
for $30,000?
Exactly.
The Infiniti QX50 and QX55. This leaves Infiniti with two cars, the QX60 and the QX80.
I mean, we did say Nissan was dying.
Yeah, like a year ago.
They are still dying.
They're still dying, and they need to do something with Infiniti. It is argument to be made. They are slimming down Infiniti so it can be more neatly merged into Acura. In other words, just the QX80.
Just get rid of them, please.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they're on death watch.
The Jeep Wagoneer. Now, the Grand Wagoneer is still there.
Because that one's been selling.
That one's been selling good. But the regular Wagoneer, no one wants. Because it's just a Grand Wagoneer, but worse.
Well,
the price is not much better.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the price is like not that far off from like top trims of like the Grand Cherokee, which people would just rather have a top trim Grand Cherokee.
Go get a Grand Cherokee or a Grand Wagoneer if you want.
Okay, well, don't buy a Jeep.
That is true. That is true. Do not buy a Jeep. You get the honors for this one.
The Kia Soul. Not to say too much, but there will be more thoughts on the Kia Soul on this channel very soon.
However,
but for now, just briefly,
good riddance.
Yes. Admittedly, that's a good point here, because that's a point probably won't be made later.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Lexus RC.
More sad in motorsport than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent sports car. It wasn't, like, particularly impressive, and it was a bit overpriced, but it was decent.
Yeah, again, I was more just like...
Yeah, motorsport-wise,
the GT3 car is the...
Yeah, motorsport-wise, it's set.
Yeah,
I will agree with you there.
The Porsche 718 Boxster and Cayman. Now, there is an asterisk next to this one of Porsche, who, like many other brands, are starting to slow down on EVs in general. Okay, to back up even further. They said this was going to be replaced by an electric variant. They now said they're not doing that. And they have said that, well, they kind of didn't follow that up. They just said they're not really doing the electric one anymore. But rumor has it that they are either now going to work on a next generation combustion version of the 718, or they might just resume production of this. Now, production did technically end, which is why it's here. But rumor's a rumor.
We'll find out.
It's a very un-Porsche thing, I feel like, to do a whoops like that. Like, hey, whoops, it's back on production.
Yeah, but Porsche's been off their game lately.
Not as bad as Subaru.
That is true. And the Subaru Legacy is the last one dead. To be honest, the Subaru Legacy is kind of a relic of a past time.
No, it's actually this generation of sedan was older than this generation of Malibu.
It literally is. The Subaru Legacy is a relic of a time long past. I think the only reason we still had it is because there just wasn't a replacement for the U.S. market. And then Subaru just went, what if we just didn't replace it?
Subaru, in the past, like, year and a half, redid like half their lineup, and they're all so much worse now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
unrelated. To,
No.
Anywho,
Exactly.
now normally we would have 3 awards for articles specifically from the news segments. For the biggest news of the year, the smallest news of the year, and the funniest or most interesting news of the year. But these awards have been put aside as we are no longer a news channel.
Correct. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So, I suppose it's time to get straight into the awards, starting with the newest award, started 2 years ago, which is the most recalls. Number of recalls.
Yeah.
You want to do this one? Let's start with
Sure.
Who's won it in the past.
This specifically was for the most number of cars recalled. And in the past, this first was won by Honda, with an honorable mention for Ford, because Ford had more total recalls, but Honda had more cars recalled.
And if I remember correctly, Ford had it for most of the year as
They
well.
did.
And then got snubbed
Honda
right at
had
the
a
end.
big seatbelt recall, like right at the end of the year. Then Tesla last year. And now this year, Ford has once again said they need to reclaim that crown, and they went the extra mile. I don't remember exactly how many cars they had recalled, but I do remember the number of recalls was 147, which was 3 times more than their nearest competitor. And I do believe their nearest competitor, I might still have it pulled up. I do. Their nearest competitor was Chrysler.
Like the brand? Or like, do they...
FCA.
FCA North America.
Yeah,
Okay,
FCA
okay,
US.
that makes more sense. I was gonna say, like,
Yeah,
Pacificus?
no.
Just Pacificus?
Yeah, no. FCA North America.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically, they really went the extra mile this year, Ford. Thank you so much for bringing it back strong.
And had this award started any sooner, we haven't done this research. I'm sure they'd be multi-time champions by now.
I did look. They've had so many years where they had the most recalls. It's not even funny.
I mean, I made a jingle for a reason.
Yeah, we did have a Ford recall jingle.
The next award, formerly known as the Elon Musk's Presents Award, of course, upon revelations, was subsequently renamed to the Mate Remats Award for Best Electric Car of the Year. Previous years has been won by the Porsche Taycan, Lucid Air, Ford F-150 Lightning, BMW i5, and VW ID Buzz. You'll notice, if you're not counting the Volkswagen Group, this award has yet to be won by the same brand twice. No one has yet managed to do that until today.
Wow.
Because the Lucid Gravity did that.
Congratulations.
Its competition was the Vistiq. Electric cars are being rolled back. Oh, and the EQ technology, Mercedes-Benz CLA.
And the Ioniq 9.
And the Ioniq 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Tough competition, I know. Yeah, electric cars are being rolled back right now, seemingly. Say what you will about global warming, and you are right. But
I'm so confused what the you're right is. Which side? Who knows?
arguably both.
Anyway.
Well, I guess the number one argument was how much were electric cars actually helping.
And we're moving on. This next category of award is the Stronk Award, which in the past has been awarded to many heavy-duty vehicles, such as the Ford F-150, Rivian R1T, Hummer EV, Ford F-350, and, of course, most notoriously, the Toyota Camry. No explanation about that. This year, this has gone to the Ford Expedition. Pretty much entirely because it has the highest towing capacity of any car on this list of cars revealed this year. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lot of competition either. I think the other competition was the Lincoln Navigator.
Yeah, which is just the feathery version of it.
Exactly. So, yeah, not really a lot going on.
Alright, let's hope this doesn't pause the recording. I guess I could have done this on my phone. But the next award is the
非常に速い速いはい早く行く
Thank you.
award, which roughly translates to the Very Fast, Yes, Go Fast, Very Fast, Quickly award, which is for the no-holds-barred, unleashed, just fastest car. Now, two things to put here is, number one, we do have an upcoming award which we'll get to that's like kind of the more affordable sports car. This isn't that. This is just like, this was built for hypercars, which is why the first year was won by the Chevrolet C8 Corvette. And then some stuff that makes a bit more sense. The Rimac Navara, the Mercedes AMG 1, the Lamborghini Revuelto, the Koenigsegg CC850, which I was staring at that and I was like, didn't they only make 70 of them?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
I
about
think
it.
we made an exception for that one.
I think we made an exception for that one because I
Yes.
think we both really like that car.
Yes.
And this year, it got down to really two, and it also got down to really what are the qualifications of
That
this.
it
Because
did.
like I said, one of the big things was about this award specifically is it's the only one where we really don't factor in price. So if a car costs $1 and another car that's a little bit faster costs $1 million, theoretically we should pick the one that's $1 million. However, I feel like this year really tested that.
It did, but the numbers came out on top.
It did. So honorable mention, and you'll see what I say here when I say honorable mention, the Aston Martin Valhalla, which is a $1 million car.
Just a purpose-built supercar
Purpose-built supercar.
for going fast.
And then the winner, second time this car has won this award, the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1X,
Wow.
which costs 1/5 the Valhalla.
Yes.
Yet is like, and is, if,
Let's list off the things. It has a higher top speed,
yes.
a 16 mile per hour higher top speed at 233 miles an hour. 0 to 60 of under 2 seconds. They didn't list an exact claim 0 to 60, but the Valhalla did at 2.5. And that really is all you need to hear. Also, they have a Nürburgring lap time of 6 minutes 49 seconds.
Which the Valhalla said they are confident they can do sub 630. Which the Valhalla, if I'm not mistaken, makes more downforce, is lighter.
It makes a similar amount of downforce.
Similar amount of downforce is lighter. That one was true, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. But still,
A driver would have to actually go and do it, and they haven't yet. So
this one tested it definitely.
yes,
Yeah, it feels weird, but okay.
it does feel a little weird.
It does feel a little weird, but it's also
But
really,
from the numbers that we can prove at the moment, the Corvette is the faster one.
Colin's new whip, which, for those of you that haven't been with us since the very beginning of the podcast, Colin is a friend of ours who's had a couple rather cheap cars in his life.
A couple is so true now.
Not a couple, and also continues to this day to be a bit of an advocate for unfortunately cheap cars.
Yes.
Whether or not he actually has obtained one at this point. So this one is perhaps the most straightforward award of the cars that came out in 2025. Of the new cars that came out in 2025, which one is the cheapest?
Yes.
Previous years, this has gone to some things you would expect and some things you may not expect. Hyundai Venue, Ford Maverick, Mitsubishi Outlander, Honda Accord. I remember that being a controversial year because why is that the cheapest car? And then last year, the Kia K4. Again, pretty straightforward. This year, it is, and I'm not going to say what I wrote, obviously, but the Toyota RAV4 somehow at about $31,000, if I'm not mistaken, was
Yes,
the
it was
cheapest
$31,900.
new car or new generation of car.
Anyway, moving on. It is the Karen car time. This, of course, is your typical soccer mom SUV. This always goes to something you'll see that you could easily identify as the white mom driving down the street.
Aggressively.
Indeed. In the past, this has gone to such vehicles as the Mercedes-Benz GLB, the Toyota Sienna, the Kia Carnival, and the BMW XM, and last year the Infiniti QX80.
You can tell this award is an insult unless it's a minivan.
Indeed. To be honest, even that generation of Sienna was iffy. Anyway.
The Carnival's good, though. That's probably the
That's
best
fair.
car on
You
this
make
list.
a fair point. You make a fair point. This year, we really didn't have a lot of good choices. There was just...
But it did come down to the wire.
It did come down to the wire. It was between the Jeep Cherokee, which ended up winning it, and what the hell was the runner-up? I don't even remember. The Rav, yeah, there was a couple other SUVs
Ioniq
that could have been
9.
in there. It's like, you know,
Expedition, I think.
to be honest, we're not really super excited about any of them.
No. Well, again, the
That's
award's
kind of the point.
meant to be an insult.
So the Jeep Cherokee was the one with the greatest passenger volume. That was it.
You want to do 2 in a row since I did 2 in a row?
Sure.
Just to punish you. 'cause
Yeah,
I know
why
you're
not?
Really sad about
Just
this one.
yep. Thank you. The beefiest girl in the past has been an award we've given to a nice sporty car that's typically we've been trying to keep it under $60,000, but I think we've made a couple exceptions in the past, and this year is no different. In the past, we've given this to such vehicles as the BMW M2 CS, the Volkswagen Golf R, the Toyota GR Corolla, the BMW M2, and last year, the Dodge Charger EV.
Due to a lack of competition.
Yeah,
I do remember that one.
Was due to a lack of competition. There was just no other sports cars this year.
Similarly,
Due to a lack of competition, this one goes to the only relatively sporty car on this list that is reasonably priced. And by reasonably priced, I really mean just under $100,000. Is the Audi A6.
well, you mean under $100,000 and also a direct shot at the Prelude. Although that's not
I said moderately
reasonably
sporty.
Yeah.
I said reasonably sporty.
Which the
The
Prelude,
Prelude
is
is not. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Yeah, so the Audi A6. Truly a mediocre vehicle that doesn't really deserve it, but it's the only one here, so it gets the award.
I'd probably be one of the most fun of the cars on the list to drive.
That is probably true, yes.
And I think normally we do this one first, but whatever, we did it backwards this year because it's funny.
Who cares?
Is the award, which is of course for luxury, if that wasn't
Yes.
apparent. Previous years, this has gone to some things you would expect and maybe a couple you wouldn't expect. The Rolls-Royce Ghost, the Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600, the BMW 7 Series, so the Ghost again. I think we've made that joke already.
Yes.
The Spectre, so the Ghost again.
Yes.
And the Cadillac Celestiq. This year is another year that it's not really going to an ultra luxury entry because there wasn't really one unless you want to count the Valhalla, but I was
The
counting
Valhalla would hurt your butt too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
You're supposed to feel...
it is supposed to be more of a tuned down.
It's supposed to make you feel like you're lounging.
Oh, I was gonna say the Valhalla is kind of supposed to be the tuned down version of the Valkyrie.
Yeah,
But it's still not, like, the Valkyrie is still a car racing in Le Mans.
yeah, the Valhalla is still a sports car
Yeah, at
with
first,
hard
yeah.
suspension and bucket seats.
So what if it has a bit more leather than the Valkyrie does?
Exactly.
Um,
It's still not going to be something you're going to be incredibly comfortable in.
So this was going to be more of a BMW 7 Series kind of year.
Yes.
And speaking of BMW 7 Series, the Lincoln Navigator has clinched this one.
Wow.
All right. Now, these are all awards that we have agreed upon for these cars. And also for people listening for the first time, since it's new, no, we're not explaining any of the context behind any of those names for cars. For the awards, sorry.
Yes.
But we are going to explain this next section. So this next section is the final 4 awards. Now, the final 4 awards are specifically... Normally, all the rest of these we've all agreed with. These ones, we have personal picks that we're not going to tell each other. And these are personal favorite, the worst, the second best, and the best of the year.
Yes.
And I do know that normally we go in order of personal favorite, worst, second best, best. So since I did this last award, do you want to start with your personal favorite?
You know, I think I will. And I actually really did have to think about this one for a very long time as well.
And I guess added context, personal favorite cannot be second best or best. Sorry.
Yes. So, my personal favorite is actually the Lincoln Navigator. I know that's a curveball.
For listeners, probably, I'm not gonna lie, I had a hunch.
I figured. I do like me a luxury vehicle.
And I've heard you talk nicely about the Navigator before.
I have indeed.
Plus the back door's open.
The back doors do open. That's real nice.
Yeah. Do you have any other context other than the back door's open sideways?
It's just
It's barn doors.
a nice car. I mean,
yeah. And it's just it won the award handedly for a reason.
I do really just like cars that are comfortable to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really like a car that you could see yourself going on a nice road trip for like 12, 15 hours and just being happy to be there.
Other than the mileage.
You don't look at that part.
Well, I suppose this is if you have a Navigator.
I daily drive a 7 Series half the time. Like, I'm not really...
I guess, yeah. And it's also, there's something to be said about, like, the Navigator being long-standing kind of a good car, because everyone, you know, if you want a full-size, luxury, American land yacht, you get the Escalade.
The Escalade would be my choice if it was here.
I guess, but the reason I've always kind of preferred the Navigator is because it has less of the namesake of the Escalade. It's always had to try a little bit harder.
That is true. It is just a little bit better and a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, usually as well. Not to say that $100,000 is cheap, but...
Hey, the starting is 92.
Well, that's the average.
Starting is 92.
Oh, I like that.
Anyway.
My personal favorite. And as I said to you when I walked past you to go to the bathroom earlier, I was really stuck on personal favorite because I just was not a fan of a lot of the cars this year. And the reason for that is I just thought a lot of them were just too expensive for what they were. But I did some research on this one car that I hadn't really done that much research on before, surprisingly, because it would be kind of normally up my alley, because it's weird. But I did some more research on it, and I went, you know what? I don't think I understood this car's ball game. And that would be the Lucid Galaxy.
The Lucid Gravity?
I said Galaxy.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
No, the Gravity is that was my second choice. That was like, it's a great car. Do you want to spitball a little bit?
So I've always liked Lucid a little bit. A, because they have a bear on their cars, so that's fun. But also B, because I always liked that they put buttons in their car.
Yes.
And they put wood in their car. And I was like, wow, an electric startup that's doing those things, that's really cool. But I don't want to pay $110,000 for an Air. Well, this one is cheaper, but $80,000 is still a lot of money for a SUV cosplaying as a minivan. I hope you're happier with that definition, by the way.
I am.
I called it a minivan outright earlier, and he got really mad at me.
And also, it doesn't have sliding doors. I think we've decided universally that is the definition.
Not only in America.
This is in America.
Fine. I'm just saying, Asian minivans, it's pretty common, even for the really big ones, they have normal doors.
I don't care.
Anyways. But this car's got a lot of features. It's got 450 miles of range, which is beautiful. It's got stowaway seats, so you can, like, use it properly. A lot of versatility, a lot of really cool features. Like I said, even just a basic amount of research.
I think you can also spec it with 1,000 horsepower if you want.
Yeah.
But that one costs $120,000.
Well, I was about to say, I don't think that's an $80,000 feature, but no.
But it is a feature you can have.
But in conclusion, I did not grasp of this car's game. I saw it originally, and I saw that price, and I was like, that is too much.
There is a reason Car and Driver give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Which is interesting that I didn't put it as second best.
Yes.
And we'll get to that.
We will get
I suppose
to that.
it's my turn to do the worst.
It is.
This had some tight competition.
It had a lot of competition.
Because it's been kind of a bad year for cars.
It really has.
It really, really has. I actually have to remember what I picked really quick.
Oh, dear.
Why am I forgetting?
Do you want me to go?
I just had it.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, because I forgot what I picked for some reason.
So, I actually alluded to my choice for this a little bit earlier. I said we would come back to it. Well,
yeah, I did pick
we
up
are
on
coming back to it. The Honda Prelude is an abomination for many reasons, but in particular, a 4-cylinder automatic front-wheel drive hybrid for $42,000. Who the hell do they think they're selling this to? $42,000. Are you kidding me? What the hell is that price? That is a $30,000, maybe $35,000 car at best.
Yeah, I think they forgot that the 8.6 is still like 32.
Literally. It's like, what the hell is the point of this car?
Mustang's being ramped up, but I think it's still like 35.
There is no point of this car at all. Because when you look at this list and you see the base CLA, not the CLA with EQ technology, the base CLA is $42,000. You can get a Mercedes for $42,000
and not
with the same drivetrain, a 4-cylinder, and I'm pretty sure it has more horsepower because the Mercedes, I know they're not letting a car leave their factory without 250 horsepower. So it's 50 more horsepower for the same price. And it's not like you're really getting Honda reliability because the reliability has been in the shit lately. So what the hell is the $42,000 for?
CVT.
I literally, it's a vomit-inducing vehicle. That's all I have to say.
I had a straightforward pick, and for some reason, I'd still okay. Well, there was a good chance it was the Prelude. It wasn't the Outback, was it? I mean, it's a good shout. The Outback for being, they've just given up on making it a wagon.
Yeah, it's just
an
not.
SUV
It's
now.
literally just a Forester. Just call it the Forester.
I could just put my answer as Subaru generally.
Subaru.
Actually, no, I will, because I want to make that a point. So, there's the Outback. There is the Solterra, that's like a year ago, but that's their BZ4X. They have the Uncharted, which isn't out yet, but that one's also ruined everything. And then I believe the new Forester? Subaru has just been looking at their lineup and going, how can we ruin each of these?
The only thing they haven't ruined is like the BRZ.
Which is just being
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just Toyota.
Yeah, I mean, other than the engine, which is distinctly Subaru.
Debatable.
It's a flat.
Pretty sure that Toyota uses the same engine.
Yeah, they do, but it's still a flat 4.
The question is, does Toyota make it though?
Pretty sure Toyota doesn't make a flat 4.
But do they now is the question.
That's the question.
That is my question.
That's the
anyway.
question. I'll put this. I that will be my official award. But the one other shout I will put is the Dodge Charger 6-pack, purely from the perspective of, sure, they put a combustion engine in it, and sure, the price has dropped $20,000, but I don't think it's enough.
It is still $50,000.
Yeah, which is still why we struggle to, like, I mean, it's not as bad of a deal as the Prelude. I think, which is,
It's getting there, though.
Yeah.
Put a Hemi in it and make it like $5,000 more. We might start talking again.
We already discussed the Hemi probably wouldn't fit.
That is the problem. I think they've made the engine bay too narrow. I don't think the Hemi fits
Unless
anymore.
they innovate muscle cars and put it in the back.
I don't want to see.
It's got the room for it.
The crowds will be suffering.
It's already a hatchback.
We already have the Mustang, Joey. We can't have another one. Jesus Christ, the crowds will be dead. There will be no car show in America that is safe. Anyway, moving on
to the second best. Should we say it at the same time?
You know, I don't think there's much need in hiding this one, because it's quite obvious to anyone who's been paying attention with their ears that the Corvette ZR1X,
Yep.
literally for the third time, a Corvette has won this award in this generation of Corvette. Because
it's just such a good car.
Is unbeatable.
It's just such a good car.
It's unbeatable. We would have given it to the ZR1 already this year, and then the ZR1X said, but what if we just put 250 horsepower more in there? Because we can. And it just did. So now you have a 1,250 horsepower hybrid supercar with a big V8 twin turboed with the most ridiculous engine management system I've ever seen on a road vehicle. Like, actually some of the most advanced turbo controls on the road. And you couple that with a really advanced hybrid front axle, and you have a recipe for a car that does 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, can go 233 miles an hour, and can lap the Nürburgring at 649.
You have the innovative turbos, you have the innovative hybrid technology, but yet when you strip that away, you still have a mid-engine V8 supercar.
Exactly. and still all of that for under $250,000.
Yes.
It's like, if you told somebody that, like 5 years ago, they would say, what? They literally would drop dead, because I think the nearest competition in the hybrid supercar space at that point still was probably the P1. I mean, I can't think of another. Like, you'd have to pick between the LaFerrari or whatever, but there isn't many competitions in the hybrid supercar space at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if we look to like maybe similarly priced options in the past, the
similarly
NSX.
Priced. Oh yeah, I mean the NSX, but that thing was just
awful.
Yeah. I mean, what is 0 to 60 in more than 3 seconds? I think top speed was under 200.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, the worst part about it was they called it an NSX.
That was the worst. But
that was the worst part, which part means it wasn't that bad. But it was like it does make this look, and granted that's a bit older, but it does make this
like for the time that was a great car for the price without the name. But this is just an insane car for the price. Full stop. I don't think there's a car that meets this price to performance anywhere on the road. Sold within the last 20 years. I will say that confidently.
I agree with what a lot of people have said recently, which is really the only place left for this C8 Corvette is for a Cadillac variant.
I'm so ready for it.
Is for another.
I'm so ready for it.
What was the first
the
Cadillac
XTR
Corvette?
Or something?
Yeah, XLR.
XLR, that's what it was.
Which a lot of people didn't like at the time because it was a bit. If I remember, it was slower and more expensive.
It did have a Cadillac.
They're huge on the used market now.
I know.
People love them.
They are great,
and when I see them on the road, they do look spaceship.
I did get to see one up close in person when I worked at Auto Shop. That was really cool. Yeah, they were cool to work on. But yeah, I mean the one thing the XLR had not going for it is it had a smaller Cadillac engine, and I think it was a 4.6 instead of the 5.5 they were having. I don't remember.
Well, don't do that. Literally, just take the ZR1X and then
just
more carbon fiber outside, more leather inside.
That would be so hot.
Is literally it. Hot. That's all you got to do.
Oh god. Oh my god.
That's all. And then you get the ad with it next to the F1 car. But yeah, it's got
LMDH and LMDH as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Perfect, actually.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Why is GM winning?
I don't know.
Why are they?
Listen, I don't know. What's happening?
I don't like that.
This is the wrong timeline.
What universe have we fallen into?
Fuck.
We're all gonna be driving Vistiqs next year.
Anyway.
It
is time.
For the best.
It is time for the best.
They did actually announce. Never mind. I'll tell you after.
Well, I think you should give us the best.
So, we've been doing the best award for a little while now, and and obviously we've done all this praise for the second best, so it could be hard to even fathom a car that could be best. But yet,
It's
year
possible.
after year, it's starting to do a similar trend to the Corvette.
It really is. It really is.
Year after year, since this award show started back in 1938 or whenever, it just cannot be.
What a
beaten.
year choice.
Yeah, that
Just keep going.
the Mercedes-Benz
Just
Unimog.
Let's go.